friends and residents of Ang Mo Kio GRC, and Singaporeans all over Singapore who are watching this either on TV later or I believe CNA is streaming it live on their website. I'm very happy to be here because this is my first rally of the election campaign and is in our own constituency of Ang Mo Kio GRC. This election is about which party you believe can serve you and serve Singapore best. We've had 5 tumultuous years since the last election. The global economic crisis has taken us on a roller coaster ride, but we have come through safely. Singapore is doing well. Our economy is growing strongly. Wages have risen. And today, the NWC has just published its recommendation for this year. And the recommendation is that companies should grant higher total wage increases this year to workers, which is good news for everybody. We've upgraded our housing estates all over Singapore, including Ang Mo Kio. And if you compare with 5 years ago, I think I can honestly say that life has improved for most Singaporeans. Yes, Singaporeans still have some concerns. The cost of living is at top of them. Low-income Singaporeans and how they can cope is another major issue. Housing and the cost of housing is something which vexes many people, especially the young. And the PAP is finding the best way to solve these problems for now, the immediate problem, and also for the future, for the long term. Everyone is feeling the pinch of the cost of living because energy prices go up, electricity prices go up, and it's not cheap compared to last year, even more compared to 2 or 3 years ago. We have a grow and share package this year to address these problems and to help Singaporeans. For example, to help with the utility bills, we have more YouSave this year. We have more SNCC rebates this year. In fact, the YouSave for some households should be enough to pay for 5 months of your utility bills. So if you are careful, it can go a long way. For the lower income workers, we have workfare. We have the workfare special bonus. So that for every $10 you earn, you get another $1, maybe $2 from the government. $1 if you are younger, $2 if you are older. And for the special bonus, another 50%. So altogether, if you are younger, workfare plus bonus, $150. For older, workfare plus bonus, $3 for every $10 you earn. So if you're earning $1,000, an older worker can get $300 per month from the government through the workfare and the special bonus. Plus, the growth dividends have been paid. I think they are in your accounts. I suspect some of you have already gone to the post bank. And if you add it all up, you're talking about $4,000 per household. And this family says he has $3,000. And there are many families like him, and this will make a big difference. We are lucky we could do grow and share. And the reason we could do grow and share is only because we did the right thing in the crisis as a people. We went through together. We made the right policies. We got our economy to rebound. And so we had the surpluses to fund the grow and share package. But we cannot just solve this problem by packages from the government. We have to solve this problem by helping Singaporeans to be self-reliant, to earn their own way in the world. And in fact, that's what many Singaporeans want to do. They want to be self-reliant. They want to be able to look after themselves. And therefore, we have to grow the economy and create jobs for Singaporeans. And for all the people, and not just jobs, but good jobs, and jobs which will let you raise your incomes and do better for your families. And that's what we have succeeded in doing. And that is why this year the NWC can recommend higher total wage increases. That is what the PAP means when we say we care for the people and we will look after you. We pay a special attention to the low-income Singaporeans. They worry about making ends meet. And others who are not so low income worry for them because we don't want anybody to be left behind. I share your worries, and my colleagues and the PAP government shares your worries too. It's a problem which many countries share because of globalization, because of the low-wage workers coming on stream from China, from India, unskilled, but bidding prices down, bidding wages down. At the top is not a problem, because at the top, if we look at investment bankers, if we look at top lawyers, they are earning a lot of money. But for the unskilled workers, the competition is intense. So what's our solution? The opposition talks about this too, but what is their solution? They say take the PAP solution, multiply by 1.5 times. Do more. But the PAP is the one which came up with a solution. What did we do? First, we did workfare, which I have explained to you just now. And for this year and the next couple of years, we've got the workfare special bonus on top of workfare. Secondly, we are doing a lot to help low-income Singaporeans buy their homes. For housing, we have special grants for them. We have additional grants for them. The schemes are complicated, but it adds up to $60,000 extra to help a low-income household to buy an HDB flat. $60,000. That's a lot of money. We are also helping low-income workers by training them, upgrading them, so that they can improve their jobs, so that they can improve their pay and their lives, so that they can be self-reliant and say with pride, I'm earning this and I'm doing this by my own efforts. Another area which Singaporeans worry about is housing, and especially young couples. They want a flat which is affordable. They want a flat without too long a wait. And the PAP is helping you to do this. We're building many flats this year, 22,000 flats coming on stream, most of them in the first half of the year. And we're offering a range of different flats, from 2-room flats to 3-room flats to 5-room to DBSS, which are better finished but more expensive, and flats like the Pinnacle, which are very popular, but understandably, the Pinnacle cannot be as cheap as other flats in Singapore. We're giving the low-income households the help to buy these flats, and we promise to keep the HDB flats affordable. Never mind the arguments about the details. The reality is, we will promise you that if you're buying a flat from the HDB, we will keep the prices affordable, because we are building flats for Singaporeans, and we want Singaporeans to be able to own their flats. And we can make sure that Singaporeans can afford these flats. But while we keep the new flats affordable, we want to maintain and enhance the value of the existing flats, because there are 1 million households who have already bought a flat, who's paid for the flat, where the flat value is there, and they want to see their nest egg maintain their value and hopefully gradually appreciate in value. And that we can do through our upgrading programs. Whether it's a lift upgrading, whether it's a home improvement upgrading, whether it's a neighborhood renewal programs. Each of these programs makes your flat better to live in, and more comfortable, and makes your flat more valuable. And I think that is a good thing. Housing is not just a concern for the low-income Singaporeans, but also for middle-income Singaporeans. Like other groups, the middle-income Singaporeans want to improve their lives, and they worry about housing, but they also worry about other things. They feel pressured because of their children's education. They worry about their careers. They worry about competition because they're employment pass holders, foreigners here working. They are worried about taking care of their aged parents, the burden of looking after old folks at home. We understand these hopes and these anxieties, and the budget addressed some of these needs. For example, we raised the CPF income ceiling from $4,500 to $5,000 so that people who are earning around that amount of money can get more CPF contributions from their employers, and it can help them to pay for their house or their Medisave or whatever. We lowered the personal income tax rate for people earning these middle income ranges so that they pay up to 1/3 less income tax than they used to pay. And we are doing many other things to help the low-income Singaporeans address their concerns, including on foreign workers, managing the inflow, making sure that we do not have too many, which will overwhelm us. But beyond these individual measures, our overall policy is to make sure that middle-income Singaporeans will benefit from our progress. And that's our broad policies. How will they benefit? Through good quality housing, whether it's Pinnacle or DBSS or the bigger HDB 5-room flats. Through good schools, so that you can go to any school in Singapore and your child can get a good education. You don't have to go just to the popular schools. We make sure that you have good life through low taxes, particularly the personal income tax, so that you don't have to have a heavy burden. What you earn is yours. And we make sure you have a high quality of life. So the neighborhoods you live in, the towns you live in, the parks, the gardens, the waters, the city. This is for all Singaporeans, so that everybody can enjoy Singapore, can enjoy life in Singapore. We're making growth, we're making progress. It's for the sake of all citizens. And it is these programs which we have put into the PAP manifesto. It is these programs which we are asking you to support when we ask you to vote for the PAP. They address Singaporeans' concerns. They tackle the problems which we can expect. They help us to achieve our aspirations. So if you support these programs, if you want this to happen, please vote for the PAP.
PAP.
But while we work on these programs, we also need to get our politics right so that Singapore can enjoy stability and growth and we can do the right things to make these good things happen. And we have a system, a political system, which has produced effective governments, which has delivered on results, which has enabled the country to make the right choices to face the future, and which has fostered serious debate in Parliament. You don't find people throwing things at each other in Parliament, or fighting, or rioting, which you can see on television if you look at some other countries in the region. You have serious debate, and I think good debate, and the result is good policies and good government. The PAP government is not perfect. I would be the first to acknowledge that. We make mistakes. We have slip-ups from time to time. Things don't always turn out the way we want them to turn out. Whether it's catching Mas Selamat, whether it's making sure Orchard Road doesn't flood, or other problems which come from time to time, things sometimes go wrong. When they do, what must we do? We have to apologize, acknowledge, put it right, learn from the lessons, and try not to make the same mistake again. But I think overall we have got things right more often than we have got things wrong. And that is why Singapore has got here today. And to continue to prosper, Singapore needs to get the best government, the best team that it can put together. The Workers' Party is trying to win a GRC this time, and they're trying to weaken this national team. It's bad for you, it's bad for Singapore. They think it's good for the Workers' Party, but I don't think it's a good idea for you. Their latest argument is that Singapore needs a co-driver. One driver not enough, have two. But Singapore only has one steering wheel. It's very dangerous to have two people grabbing one steering wheel. Minister Shanmugam has already been, he who has been in charge of replying to the Workers' Party on many things, has replied to this already. But I'd just like to say, when you drive a car or a bus, you don't rely on two drivers. You find the person you trust who has experience, skill, and is responsible, and you put him in charge. And then you watch him as he takes you on your journey. On a safe journey. You don't want to have two, because what if they quarrel with each other? One says turn left, one says turn right. Or what if one grabs the steering wheel and the other one steps on the brakes and the accelerator and everything at the same time? I think life becomes very complicated, dangerous. Surest way to fall down and go into the valley and crash. Better choose the best driver, rely on him for 5 years. If he performs, you support him and you give him the mandate to do it again. If he doesn't, you change drivers, change teams, and then you try and do better. The PAP team doesn't work alone. We work as a team. We work as a team with Singaporeans, and we welcome debate, we welcome inputs, and we have made sure that our system will always provide this debate and these inputs. So whatever the election outcome, however the votes come out on next Saturday night, we will have in the next parliament 18 non-government MPs, 9 nominated MPs, 9 NC MPs or opposition. And therefore, the opposition will be there, different views will be there, the debate will be there, and the issues will be argued in Parliament, and the government will explain and will listen and will do the best for Singapore so that we will deliver what you want, which is a better life for you and your children. So I hope that many Singaporeans will contribute your ideas and your energies and make Singapore a better place to live. Work for this. Don't just talk about it, don't just dream about it, but come forward and work at it and make it happen. In this election, nearly all the seats are being contested, other than Tanjong Pagar GRC. So you are not just choosing MP for yourself, you are choosing government for Singapore. So please vote carefully. Vote for a committed MP who will look after your estates, who will maintain the value of your flats. Vote for capable ministers who will deliver the programs which will work for you. Vote for a government which will have a mandate to make Singapore better. Give me and my team a strong mandate in Ang Mo Kio here and also all over Singapore. I ask you, give us your mandate for your sake, to keep Singapore prospering, to ensure a bright future for you and your children, and work with the PAP to secure our future together. Thank you very much. Thank you.